This is going to be a video to show you what I do with different items, particularly with pictures, to get them ready to post on the website. So this is the picture that I took that you can see of one of Gene Stevenson's images, and I will walk you through the process of getting from here essentially to here. So the first thing that I do is I'm in Lightroom, and the first thing that I want to do is I'll go to the develop, and I will set the white point. And I'm just going to click on this little sign because I know this is pure white, absolute white. So that makes the changes. Now you'll see up here in the histogram that there's quite a bit of room between where majority of the color is and to where it would get to the white point of clipping. And so I typically make sure that the bulk of this is as close to the right side as possible without really clipping the color. So I'm going to adjust the exposure up a little bit, and what I may do is move the white point up like that. Now you can see that's probably a little bit of clipping going on, and I'll darken it up this way a little bit to make sure that the item is fully kind of filling up the space here. I'll probably bump up the clarity a little bit. In this case, I won't really add to the vibrance and saturation. What I will do now is go through and come down to the bottom and adjust the image a little bit to make sure that, and then it's a little bit off centered, so I'll probably move it around a little bit. That looks pretty good, not perfect. Move it a little bit more like that. Alright, so anyway, now that I've done that, I'll come up here and I will, I don't want to leave that on because I want to, alright, so I'll come in and make it pretty well so that I'm just working with the picture and the frame. So it's pretty well squared off. So I'll do that. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I think I want to a little bit more. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open this in Photoshop. Now, so the one way to do it is to edit Lightroom. I'm not sure I know how to get there. What I just know is I do from here, as I do on my computer, I do a Control E, which moves it directly into Photoshop. I'm not sure what the actual the menu selections are. It would seem to me, photo edit. Maybe it's photo edit in and edit in Photoshop. That's easier. All right, so now I'm in Photoshop, and what I want to do is, you see over here that I have one picture of this, and what I have to do is I have to add another layer. So I'm just going to add a new layer. It's going to be a base layer, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to move this layer down to here. Come on. No, that's because this is locked. All right. So I have to add the layer before I expand the canvas. If I don't add the layer, it's not going to let me expand the canvas. So now I'm going to, because now I want to square this off, so I'm going to go up here to image, and I'm going to come down to canvas size. So now you'll see that I've got the width of this is 16, almost 0.5 inches, and the height is 14. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to square this up, and I'm going to say arbitrarily, I'm going to make both of them 20 inches. And so now it's, what I didn't do is I didn't adjust this to make sure it's white, but I gotta cancel this first because I want to make sure that I'm gonna be using a white background. I'll click on that. So I'm gonna, yeah. All right. So I'm gonna use the foreground color for the canvas. So I'm gonna come back and open again, image, canvas size. Okay, I said 20 inches by 20 inches, and you will see, where does it say that I'm using relative? Oh, okay, so you can see this blank area. Now this is for the image, and what I'm going to do is I got the white actually there, and I'm going to go up to edit, and I've got this I've got the layer, I've got the blank layer below selected. So I'm going to come up to edit, and I'm going to do a fill, and I'm going to use the foreground color, the white. All right. So there we go. The image is a little cockeyed. And what I might do with this is I might go up here to edit, free transform. I don't know, if I hold down, so I'm in free transform, and on the Apple, I hold down the control key, and with the mouse I can kind of move it around a little bit. So I think just that little adjustment, I think makes it look better. I've got to hit it enter. Now I'm going to save this image. I'm going to save it. And what it'll do is it will put it back into Lightroom. Now I could, it's probably up there. Now what I could do, so now I got to save it to go on to the website, and because right now it's saved as a TIFF file, so and it's going to be too large. So one of the ways is I could do this is I could, and then it will, okay, the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color profile. So it's right now its profile is unsupported view. I don't know what that is. So I'm gonna change the, I don't know what the hell. Oh, it thinks I'm in CMYK. It's because I got something else. So I'm gonna apply Adobe. I want to apply Adobe RGB 1998. All right. So I changed the profile, and then if I were to save it here for the website, it would come up to image size, and see it's at 6,000, and I would bump this down to 2,000, and at 300 dpi. And then what I would do is I would come up and I do a save as, and what I would do is click so that we don't have layers, and I would save it as a JPEG. with Adobe RGB, and then I could relabel this with what I would want to, and we don't need it quite that. And I click on save, and so the file is now all ready to go onto the website because I've now saved it as a JPEG. I've got it squared up so that it will fit within the window, and I got kind of the white border. So so I try to keep the white border to be consistent with all of the items going up there. So, but my attitude about this is kind of evolving because in looking at some of the other websites, they use a multiplicity of different borders around for their items. I think that the most important point is that it needs to be simple with the back border because we want to highlight the product we're selling and not have the border detract from the item that we're putting on the website. So I think this is kind of a quick basic on this process, and one might kind of work with it and explore a little bit, kind of to get a feel and make sure that they understand what the process is. Okay, so that's it for this, and I'm going to figure out how to turn this off, and there we go.